Hi guys, it's Morgan, and today I'm going to be talking about Season 2 of Stranger Things. Now, if you haven't seen Season 2 of Stranger Things, this video will contain spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, stop watching the video now, go watch Season 2 on Netflix, and then come back. Or if you don't care about being spoiled, keep watching. So here's my review of Season 2 of Stranger Things. The start of the season really sucks you in with a police chase, and then it's revealed that Callie, one of the women being chased, has powers like Eleven, which isn't a huge surprise because we knew 11 wasn't the only one, and Callie's number is 8. When Will went into the Upside Down while he was at the arcade, I really wanted him to tell Mike, but he didn't. But he did tell Joyce and now has tests done on him. In Season 1, I really wanted Joyce and Hopper together, and I still do, but I really liked Bob, and he made Joyce really happy. I thought it was really funny when after Mike, Dustin, Lucas, and Will looked to see what Max threw in the garbage, it was a note telling them to stop spying on her. I felt really bad for Barb's parents when they told Nancy and Steve that they were hopeful in finding Barb, and I could understand Nancy's reaction because she knows that they won't find Barb. I felt really sorry for Mike when he was trying to get in touch with Eleven on the walkie-talkie, and hearing that he was counting down the days since he last saw her really broke my heart. What Jonathan said to Will after Will told him he was being called Zombie Boy was really great. Jonathan really is a great big brother. The ending of Episode 1 with Eleven and Hopper together made me want to see Episode 2 right away. And I liked how we got to see how Eleven got out of the Upside Down. But it really broke my heart hearing her call for Mike. The sequence of Will, Dustin, Lucas, and Mike getting their pictures taken in their costumes before they go to school was really cute. And I also thought it was really funny that Mike was the only one who was not into it. I didn't think it was fair to Max how Mike didn't like her trick-or-treating with them, but at the same time, I get it. Mike doesn't want another girl replacing Eleven. It was a sweet moment when Will was telling Mike about having moments in the Upside Down, and Mike was telling Will about Eleven, and they could relate to each other because they both thought they were going crazy, and Mike said that they can go crazy together. It was cute seeing Dustin feed Dart candy, but at the same time I couldn't help thinking that something was going to go wrong. And I was right. I loved it when Hopper told Eleven that she will get to see Mike soon and not just in her head, but I also felt bad for Eleven when she counted down the days that Hopper had said that, and it hadn't happened yet. I get that Eleven was jealous when she saw Mike talking to Max, and that's why she made Max fall, but at the same time I just wanted to tell her, Mike isn't replacing you, he really misses you. I felt really sorry for Will when he was telling Joyce that he doesn't know what the mind flare that he sees in the Upside Down wants, but I was really happy that he was finally telling Joyce. I know that Hopper wants to protect Eleven, but I didn't blame her for being mad that she never gets to leave the cabin. But I did think she went too far when she said that Hopper was like Papa. I thought it was a good idea when Joyce told Will to draw what he's feeling since it was so hard for him to put it into words. Now the only hard part was that Joyce and Hopper had to find out what the drawings meant. I know they can't tell Max what's going on, but I didn't blame her when she told Lucas that they act like they want her to be their friend, but treat her like garbage. It was a powerful moment when Eleven was looking through the box from Hawkins' laboratory and saw the articles of a woman claiming the lab stole her baby Jane, which is Eleven, and then Eleven saw her mother in her head and her mother called her Jane and Eleven called her Mama. And then I felt really bad for Eleven when she started crying after her mom disappeared. I was so proud of Nancy and Jonathan when it was revealed that they recorded the entire conversation they had with Dr. Owens, who took Papa's place at Hawkins Laboratory. The whole time I thought they had been caught, but they got what they wanted. It was an emotional scene when Eleven, aka Jane, went to see her mom and aunt, and it was also emotional when Eleven saw her crib. I was glad Lucas finally told Max the truth, but at the same time, I didn't blame Max when she said she didn't believe him. I mean, it does sound crazy if you hadn't experienced it for yourself. It was an emotional scene when Eleven's mother showed Eleven the day that she was born and taken away from her, and she also showed her how she got in the state that she's in. I was really glad when Mike, Will, Joyce, and Bob saved Hopper, thanks to Will's drawings and Bob's help, even though Bob had no idea what was going on. The only bad thing about that was after they saved Hopper, one of the people from Hawkins Laboratory was burning the place where Hopper was, and it somehow affected Will. Since Dustin couldn't find any of his friends to help him with Dart, I was glad when he found Steve. And I was also glad when Steve still had his bat from season 1. The only bad thing was when they went to the place where Dustin was keeping Dart, he wasn't there. I like Steve, but I agree with Murray when he said that Nancy doesn't love Steve, she loves Jonathan. And I was really happy when they kissed. I really liked the advice that Steve was giving Dustin about girls. Steve really has come a long way since season 1. I felt really bad for Hopper when he was radioing to the cabin to tell Eleven that he was sorry and he didn't want to lose her and he also didn't want her to get hurt, but she wasn't there to hear it. I really liked seeing Dustin, Lucas, Max, and Steve working together to try and catch Dart, because it definitely wasn't something that Dustin would have been able to do by himself. I felt really bad for Max when she was telling Lucas about her family situation and how Billy takes things out on her. But I liked it when she said that she knows that she can be a jerk like Billy, but she never wants to be exactly like him. It definitely wasn't good when Steve went out to try and confront Dart, and Lucas realized that there were more demi-dogs. I was glad that Steve made it back to the trailer, but then the demi-dogs attacked the trailer until something made them leave, but they didn't know what. I know Will felt bad about it, but I can't believe he listened to the mind flare and led the scientists into a trap and also helped the demi-dogs come into the lab. It was an emotional scene when Eleven, aka Jane, met Kylie, and they called each other sister and hugged. And it was also sweet when Kylie said that she had always felt that a part of her was missing, but now it's not. And it was also nice to learn more background information about Eleven. When Eleven went after one of the men that hurt her mother with Kylie's group, and he told her that Papa was still alive, it made me hope that she goes after him in season 3. And even though the man hurt her mother, I didn't like that Eleven was going to kill him. So it was good when she didn't, when she found out that he had daughters. And I was also glad that Eleven stopped Kylie shooting him. It was a really powerful moment when Eleven told Kylie that she was going back home to help her friends. And when Kylie told her that her friends can't save her, she said that she knew, but she could save them. Hopefully we'll see Kylie again in season 3. And I know her name's Jane, but I'm just so used to calling her Eleven. I felt really bad for Joyce, and of course Bob, when Bob had made it to the door, but then was attacked by the demi-dogs. And Hopper tried to shoot them, but then realized they had to leave and took Joyce and got out of there. I want Joyce and Hopper together, But I didn't want Bob to die. But he died saving them, so he really was a hero. Seeing Will freak out when he realized he was tied up was understandable, but it also made sense why they did it, so Will wouldn't know where he was and wouldn't set the demi-dogs after them. I loved the ending of episode 8 when Mike and Eleven were reunited, and the way they were looking at each other with tears in their eyes was really emotional, and it made me want to see episode 9 right away. I don't blame Mike for the way he acted when he found out that Hopper had been hiding Eleven the entire time. He had every right to react that way. The whole time, Hopper knew where Eleven was and didn't tell anyone. I know Eleven is jealous of Max, but I felt really bad for Max when she tried to introduce herself to Eleven and Eleven ignored her. It was a sad moment when Hopper was telling Eleven about his daughter Sarah and that she was gone, and how he didn't want the same thing to happen to Eleven, which is why he wanted to protect her. I was so proud of Max when she finally stood up to Billy and gave him the shot that made him fall down, and I think after a while it knocked him out, and it also stopped him from punching Steve. I was really glad that the tape that Nancy and Jonathan made shut down the lab and also revealed that it was because of the lab that Barb was dead. And even though I feel sorry for Barb's parents, at least they won't have to spend the rest of their lives looking for her. I like Max and Lucas together, but I felt sorry for Dustin when he was watching them dance at the snowball. So I thought it was really nice when Nancy danced with him and also told him that out of all her brother's friends, Dustin's her favorite. I loved that Eleven and Mike got to dance at the snowball together, since they had been talking about it in season 1, and they kissed. Perfect way to end the season. Besides the cliffhanger of the Mind Flayer being back in the Upside Down. I'm assuming that'll come back in season 3. Thanks for watching, guys! If you saw season 2 of Stranger Things, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. And if you want to see any of my future videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!